G'day, I'm Andrew Marshall with the Northern Australia Climate Program at the University of Southern Queensland, and this is a short summary of the Bureau of Meteorology's climate outlook for Queensland for the weeks and months ahead, issued on the 21st of May, 2026. So we'll take a look at these rainfall outlooks to begin with, starting with the outlook scenarios here, and these are the rainfall totals that have a 75% chance of occurring for your region. Now we're in the dry season for Northern Australia, so looking ahead to the 3 months from June to August, we're seeing a 75% chance of up to about 25 millimetres of rain for parts of central Queensland and up to about 100 millimetres or more for parts of the southeast and the east coast. And as always, you can use this magnifying glass feature right here to drill deeper into the forecast for your location of interest to break the forecast down into the chance of different rainfall amounts occurring. And this will give you an idea of how conditions are likely to be compared to the historical median. Your local climate mate will be happy to go through this with you in more detail. Now, next month, we'll take a first look at the Bureau's outlook for the northern rainfall onset for the wet season ahead, and this will be issued on the 25th of June, so keep an eye out for that. Now we'll look at temperatures, and the differences from average for maximum temperature show warmer conditions across most of the state, particularly southern and central regions for the 2 weeks from the 25th of May to the 7th of June. And here the average is calculated over the 1981 to 2018 period for this time of year. For minimum temperature, we're also expecting warmer than average conditions in most regions over that 2-week period. Now, looking at the chance of extremes map for the 3 months from June to August, we're seeing an elevated chance of unusually warm days across the southern half of Queensland and unusually warm nights across most of the state. And by unusually warm, we mean the highest 20% of historical temperature records for this time of year based on that 1981 to 2018 period. Now remember, these long-range forecasts for rainfall and temperature provide the best guidance for local climate, so that's our focus as always. And these forecasts consider all ocean and atmosphere conditions that affect seasonal weather and climate. But if you're interested in some of the climate indicators that can influence the forecast, we'll have a quick look at these now. And the El Niño Southern Oscillation is currently neutral, although the tropical Pacific has been warming and those sea surface temperatures are likely to reach El Niño thresholds by early winter. Now, models suggest an El Niño event is likely to be at least moderate in strength with the possibility of a strong event, so we are monitoring this closely. And sea surface temperatures for the Bureau's outlook here show the development of these El Niño conditions across the central and eastern Pacific regions with strong warming in the forecast for June to August. And sea surface temperatures for much of the Australian region also remain warmer than average in the forecast. The Indian Ocean Dipole, or the IOD, is neutral, with most model forecasts indicating it will remain neutral until at least early winter. And the Madden-Julian Oscillation, or the MJO, is weak, but forecasts suggest it may re-strengthen over the Western Pacific and Western Hemisphere in the next week. And when in the Western Hemisphere, the MJO can reduce rainfall over large parts of Queensland in particular. And the Southern Annular Mode, or the SAM, is currently neutral and is forecast to remain mostly neutral into early June. Now, turning to the pasture growth outlook from long paddock for the 3 months from May to July, not too much happening up north at this time of year, of course, but some of the western and eastern regions are expected to see varying amounts of pasture growth in response to the recent and forecast rainfall in the months ahead. And finally, don't forget to visit the NACP Cattle Comfort Index prototype forecast at nacp.org.au for information on how heat stress conditions are likely to vary over Northern Australia in the days ahead. Now, index values between 30 and 35 degrees represent moderate stress to cattle. Values between 35 and 40 degrees represent severe stress, and values above 40 degrees are considered extreme. And you can explore other forecast products there and read a whole lot more about the Northern Australia Climate Program. So as always, for more information and updates, visit the Bureau's climate pages at bom.gov.au. If you have any questions about weather and climate conditions, including recent and current extreme events or the use of climate information, please reach out to your local climate mate. Stay safe and see you next time.